couple of times out there tonight. What agitated you the most?
That we could be better. You know what I mean? Like, we're better than that. You know, obviously, I mean, that's the main thing. I not expect more. I just, like, I feel that they're better than that. So, you know, it's more like a disappointing side of, you know, they're letting themselves down. You know, obviously we had a great crowd tonight. We sort of let them down a little bit that way. I mean, I wouldn't say angry or frustrated in a bad way or a negative way towards a team, but I just think we're better than that. We've played better. You know, we've delivered a better brand than that, and you know, it's just maybe that's how it looked but that's basically what it was. That I just think more highly of this group of guys.
With the recruiting you've done with the roster now at your disposal, the commentators were musing about the fact that standards are high, your expectations are greater this season. As a result, we'll see more of that. Is that accurate? Do you expect a lot more this year than you did last year, especially as the injuries and bad luck came?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think with it is you put a bit more on results right now, because we did have such an unlucky year, but that's done with right now. I think this is a new team. You know, you can feel it though. You can actually feel the fact that, oh, we need a win. You know what I mean? Like, we need one now because, you know, we didn't get one. You know, but there is still a process in this thing right now, and we didn't deliver that. I mean, if we had played well and lost today, and it was the right way and we're trending the right way, it shouldn't worry us. You know what I mean? But we did in patches. There's certain guys that we need to put some pressure on to perform a little bit better. You know what I mean? But that's for us to discuss. But you know, other than that is, yeah, you can feel that. But yeah, we just got to be better.
Obviously, it was that second quarter too. You probably started a bit slowly, 17 changes, I think, in that first quarter, so you came back and probably started the second a bit slower, probably chasing there every time you went on a run. They seemed to find an answer. Is that where it sort of got away from you there in that, I think it was 3 field goals into a tight area that one from the car park, but it just seemed that's where it got really bogged down.
Yeah, I just think it was. I mean, in fairness, the first possession, it bounces their way. You know what I mean? And we sort of, like, we got to get the ball. Like, it's a possession game. That way I felt that they got 50-50s a little bit more than us. I mean, we could break. I mean, I'm not too sure on that exact, Mitch, and not trying to be rude, but there was parts of the game where we fought patches where we started to come back in, we get it to 8, and then we think we've done enough. And I thought that was the mode of the game, is that if we just turned up today, we'd be good enough. You know what I mean? Because we put work in. We put a good work in. We had a good brand at the blitz. We trended towards the blitz pretty good. And I just thought if we just had a mood that if we turned up today, we'd be okay. You know what I mean? And also maybe because they had a few injuries, that way. At the end of the day, we played the defending champions. You know what I mean? We got to play every possession, which we didn't today. You know what I mean? That way and that. So I'm sure what you're saying is correct, but I would say there's 4 or 5 times where we were right there to tip it over, and either, you know, something doesn't go our way, or we got to move a body in, or someone's got to come in that way. And you know, so what it screams is consistency. We just got to be a little bit consistent. We have to be consistent to win basketball games right now. But I'm also going to say, I'll put my hand up and say, I'm not perfect at this time of year either. You know what I mean? I got to be a bit better as well. You know what I mean? In regard to subbing, in regard to communication. And you're right. I mean, maybe a little bit too emotional at stages. But at the end of the day, it's a group effort, and we're a team, and we are better than this. Definitely better than this.
You went to a quick wholesale change into the times, and it's a deep roster this year. When it looked like it was really getting away from you, actually went up with Wally, Lockie, Burrito, you still seem to, even in those moments, have a lot of faith in that second unit, those younger guys, everything else. Is that something you're going to, it was something you had to do out of necessity a bit last year? Is that something you have to continue to do with that top to bottom approach to the roster?
I hope not. I hope that I'm able to, the starting guys are coming in and setting the brand of basketball we want to play. But I'm glad that we have that in our back pocket, and in a whole season right now is to have that. What we have right now is it's a really good thing to have. But at game 1 right now, and early on in the season, and picking a way we play, you know what I mean? I'm going to need the main guys to do just a little bit more without without being negative, just a little bit more right now and a little bit more of that. But I am definitely glad, and I'm not afraid to throw some guys out there. No.
Sorry, a little bit more. Gary Clark obviously got two plus experience, everything else to not come good. Looks like he's just struggling to find his feet. I think it was 3 or 7 there tonight. What do you have to do to, I guess, unlock him and get him sort of to grips quickly, really in his role in his team, all those things?
Yeah, I mean, he's no different to Tyler. He's no different to Justin. He's no different to. There's a total belief in their offensive, package right there. There's not ever a question on that. Now, again, is we can communicate good and bad shots, and that's coaching. But in regard to his offensive package right now, I just feel if we loosened it up with a couple of good stops and some energy plays, I think the guys will get on a roll. And you sort of saw it in that last quarter where we came back with a lineup that just played with energy. You know what I mean? Played fearless and played with energy. Then it was a bit, when we started to move bodies, you could see a bit of contagious, but we're too far gone. You know what I mean? That way. So we'll learn from that. I think we'll learn from that. I mean, we have to, or we're in big trouble. This league's too good.
Tyler, it's, as your coaches should say, it's disappointing the way that you started the season, but do you think that's a lack of the roster, knowing that you've now got a whole new set of guys to work with now, Tyler? Do you think that was where it went wrong today and what you have to work on during the season?
Yes and no. I do think it's going to take a little bit of time for us to mesh. But, Jake hit on it well. We've been working hard all week, and, I feel like we came into this game thinking we deserved to win, but they're the defending champs. They have that chip on their shoulder as well, and we didn't execute really at all. We had lax plays on defense, myself included, and on offense. So I'm not too worried. I think we're going to figure it out. There's going to be a time where it's going to click, and it'll just be off to the races from there. But tonight definitely wasn't the way we want to play.
And what are you looking to work in training with the boys? To actually fix those errors. You don't want them in the game, and you want them out there so you can actually click in, like you said.
Yeah, I think film is going to be a brutal one. But I think you get that over with the first game of the year. Obviously, we wanted to win, but I'm sure we'll have a lot of talking points. I know the coaches will break it down and give us the recipe for our next game next week. So it's a long year. It's, you can't get too high and too low in this thing. The NBL, things could change really quickly. And I think we're going to be the team trending in the right direction very soon.
You were off the ball, not well. If you're looking at the positive side, and that's just something last year you had the ball in your hands so much, double, triple team, all that. But you got some really good looks tonight, knocked something down, and didn't have to be off the ball the whole time. Is that trending in the right direction in that regard? That's starting to work. Speaking of how good J-Robbie is and is going to be, is that starting to click as much as you get the result tonight?
Yeah, I mean, J-Rob's the best point guard in the league, so we have the utmost faith with the ball in his hands. And I got the easy job of just trying to knock down shots. So it's going to come. Sydney plays a unique style of play. They switch everything, and they did a good job of playing their game, and we kind of tried to play their game as well, which it's not how we want to play. So credit to them. They did their thing tonight, but like I said, I'm not too worried about us. I know we're going to find it. It's nowhere near where it was last year. We got guys that are going to come in here and produce, and so that's what the fans can expect moving forward.
Obviously, we're winning. I know you're putting a line last year, but I suppose that if losses start coming, the pressure might heat on a little bit quickly than it ordinarily would. But it's pretty important when you come out and defend home court, in 7 days' time.
I don't think of it as pressure. I think we put enough work in. We do the things daily that the results will come from that. Now, I'm not saying we're going to play perfect, but I know it's going to happen for us. And yes, you want to win early. I think winning early in this league is so important because you have stretches during this season where things just don't go your way, and you got to have those wins banked. But putting pressure on yourself just makes you play more tense. I think we know what we have, we know what we can do, and it's going to come together.
Coach, you used forward players bar AJ Johnson. Do you have any thought to throwing AJ out there at any stage?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, it was a tough game because we sort of thought it was done, and then and then they come back, and I think we got it to, maybe 6 or something like that. So you're in this sort of mode right now. I mean, just with AJ, just to clear it up. He's had 4 weeks off practice. we threw him into the blitz, obviously in a way to just showcase a little bit, and he showed a bit of toughness this way, but he just hasn't been on the floor enough. So we think that he's highly talented, and again, is right now it was just a funny game where I'm sort of going, well, let's give him a go, and then it gets to 6, and you got to bring your main guys back, and you got to give them a chance to win the game. You know what I mean? And we got to see right now is it's not our bench guys brought us back to a spot, and then it's time for the main guys to come back and see what they can do, because it's time for us to start learning. But he's in a good spot that way. In regard to that, I mean, I'm sure he'd be disappointed. I haven't spoken to him right now, but other than that, he's just had that bit of a setback, and we're just going to ride with him right now and just get him enough in so he can come and deliver.
Dan Greeter, was he not close to best, but his effort plays. He had some good numbers, 14 points, good shooting, 7 rebounds, I think. But his effort plays, is that what you want from the rest of the? Did he lead the effort front tonight? I suppose is the question.
Yeah, I mean, it just proves, and we say this all the time, and we, that way, if you play the right way, which, with him and the people that were with him on the floor that time, you can come back into a game and win. And we just got to figure out right now, with the video, like Tyler said, is what the right way was and what the wrong way was in that space is. But Dan definitely with his effort levels that way, and whoever rode it with him, they were right there as some of the best tonight. Thanks. Thank you very much.